So, hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Rusty Hamrick. I'm a certified training partner here at Mailbox Power. I'm also a full-time realtor. I've been licensed in the state of California since 1999. I've been using Mailbox Power in my business for the last 2.5 years, pretty much since its creation, actually under a different name. And I will tell you that I have sold more houses because of it. I have made money with it. And my client and customer relationships are stronger than they've ever been. It's been an incredible prospecting tool. And also a lot of my personal relationships, my friends and family have been either strengthened or renewed by using the tips and tricks and tools that we teach here at Mailbox Power. So Carol, welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you too. And Renita, welcome. If you guys have any questions, you're welcome to put them in the chat, or the presentation will take about 25 minutes probably. And at the end, we'll open it up for questions and make sure that you can get them all answered. With that, the only last thing I'll say is this is an overview, not a training. So I go very quickly, and I'm not going to show you every bell and whistle of the system. It would take way too long. Nobody wants to hear me talk for that long. But I'm going to show you the three pillars, sort of the three core technologies that we have within our system that, like we were talking about earlier, Renita, like nobody else can do what we can do. And so my goal is that you'll see by the end of the presentation some ideas, and it's really about a brainstorming session, really to kind of like let yourself dream and imagine how can you use this system in your everyday life or in your business, and really connect with those people who maybe you haven't been connecting with, or those clients who maybe you haven't been fully, in touch with in a way that you would like to be, or that you should have been. So with that, I'm just going to dive right in, and this is the overview. Let's see. I've been out of town for 2 weeks, so I'm like pulling it all together. This is me. I'm one of the certified training partners. This is what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you all this stuff, and the three core technologies are how to send a campaign using the I Need Your Mailbox technology. This is something that nobody else can do. It's remarkable. I'll walk you around the design store. It works just like Amazon. Select design, add to cart, select recipient, check out. So you don't need to be a creative genius. You don't need to have a graphic designer. You don't need to have any of that stuff. You can just go right into the design store and get whatever it is you need. And then also this feature right here, how using it's called Build a Mailing List. And this is how you can get very specific and very granular when prospecting for new clients. It is, again, something that, as far as I know, we're the only people who have this technology. It's really cool. So we recognize whatever your primary business is, you want to be doing more of that, right? So you don't necessarily want to have to take a college level course to master this new system, right? So our system is designed so that you can sign up for an account and pick your campaigns. And what's cool is we have a lot of preloaded campaigns that come already built into the system. We have a campaign wizard, and we also have the ability to create custom campaigns from scratch. So whichever works best for you, you pick your campaigns. Then your job is really to collect addresses and send cards and gifts. And when you do that, three things are going to happen. Your phone's going to ring, you're going to save time, and you're going to make more money. We now have thousands and thousands and thousands of users who are using the system, and have, the proof is in the pudding, as they say. Because the basic setup of our system is groups in the address book that are linked to campaigns, we need to answer the question, what is a campaign? And I just want you to think of it as a list. It can be as simple as a 4x6 postcard. It can be as involved and specific as a multi-touch, multi-year, multi-package, multi-recipient, multi. If you wanted to be in touch with your clients once a week, every week for the next 10 years, you could design that custom campaign. You would add their information to that group one time, and then the system manages the creation and sending of everything that you've put in the campaign for the next 10 years. It's a really remarkable and powerful system. This is an example of one of our preloaded campaigns. It's called the Ultimate Closing Gift Real Estate Campaign. It's 10 touches over the course of 2.5 years. So that the way that works is the system generates one shipment every 90 days. And again, it's completely managed by the system. So functionally, the way that works is there would be a group in the address book. You can have an unlimited number of groups, right? And so you could call it best clients, worst clients, favorite clients, least favorite clients, people I can't wait to work with again, people I never want to work with again. Like, you can call it whatever you want, right? That would be tied to this campaign. And then you add somebody new to the group. The system sees somebody new and it generates the card and brownies and sends that out. 90 days later, it sends the card and this gift card out. 90 days later, the card and the tape measure, and so on for 2.5 years. The practical application of that is once you add somebody to the group, your job is done. The system is managing the creation and sending of everything for the next 2.5 years. So never again will you miss a client follow-up opportunity because you're not the one that has to be the one to create or do any of it. The system is doing it for you. What's cool too is all of these shipments are fully customizable. So this was built for realtors as a, when the deal closes, you add somebody to it, but it can be customized and you can make it for whatever industry it works. This is an example of a nice to meet you single touch campaign, and functionally it's the same thing. So you're at a networking event, at a party, at an open house, at the grocery store, like wherever you happen to be, and you bump into somebody that you really want to cement your relationship with them. You add their information to, there'd be a group in your address book called Nice to Meet You Group. You would add them to that group. The system sees somebody new and it generates this card and brownies, and it's personalized and customized to them. So they kind of forget about the meeting until 3 or 4 days later, and they go to the mailbox and there's this beautiful box and a card and a brownie from you. And it's a really, really powerful way to make yourself sticky in their mind. This page to me is what it is all about, right? It's all of our marketing and prospecting and lead generation comes down to this page right here. So here's some social proof. Joe sends his stuff out, and this is the response he gets. Big shout out and thank you to Joe Kennemore for sending me personalized delicious brownies in the mail. I am looking forward to working with you. The only sentence that's better than that one is the one that says, I loved working with you and I can't wait to do it again because it means we got paid, right? And to me, like, that's kind of what it's all about. Like, it's nice to make people feel good, but I want to get paid, right? So Mailbox Power helps me do that. This is an example of some of the stuff that Joe sends. This is his nice to meet you card, his happy birthday card, his happy half birthday card. We highly recommend a half birthday card in brownies. I've been a salesman all my life. I've never gotten the response to anything I have ever sent out that I get to my half birthday card in brownies. People have called me laughing and crying, and Facebook posts, Instagram, text message, like any way to basically everything, including smoke signals, saying thank you for this half birthday card and brownies, and then his thank you card. And the thing I like to point out here are these merge fields. So you can see it says dear bracket bracket first name bracket bracket, and then it's right here on the food label, and it's over here on the front of the card and on the food label, and you can kind of put them anywhere you want, right? There are systems out there that are built around one person designing one card for one person, which is lovely, and I like to make people feel good. But I have really, if I did that to the level that I should for my business, the only thing I would be doing is creating cards all day, and I don't really want to do that. It's not the highest and best use of my time. The power of Mailbox Power is it combines customization with automation. Right? It's personalization combined with automation. And one of the ways it does that is with these merge fields. So what the system is going to do is whatever information lives in the first name field in your address book, it's going to pull that information automatically and put it right here, wherever that merge field is, which means it's as easy to send 500 cards as it is to send a single card, but every one of those cards will be personalized to the person who's receiving it, which means they'll feel like you created the card just for them. The other awesome thing about, from a real estate perspective, about these merge fields is, I don't know how it is in Houston, but in Los Angeles, we're big on postcards. Just listed, just sold, just reduced, come to my open house, I'm amazing, sell, work with me, blah, 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 right? What's cool about these merge fields is you can put them on the front of the postcard. So instead of just a picture of a house, like another generic card with a picture of the house, and then on the back it says Joe Smith or resident. It's super impersonal, right? What you can do with these merge fields is on the front of the postcard you put, hi John, check this out, or just hi John, or John's house, whatever you want to say. And it seems like it's a small thing, but having had the experience of sending postcards out with this, it is a huge differentiator from what all of your competition is doing. So really powerful feature of our system. This is another amazing tool that, again, I think we're the only people who have it. It's called the I Need Your Mailbox link. And so you can see it says ineedyourmailbox.com/GoGiver. So GoGiver is my individual code. Every account has their own unique code. And then the way that this works is I can send it out via text, Facebook Messenger, email, Instagram, or WhatsApp. Any way I can send a message, I can share that link. And this is the link that I was mentioning before the call. So the way that this works is I send the link out. Whomever I've sent it to clicks on the link, they fill out the form, the information goes in the system automatically, and then whatever group is attached to, or whatever campaign rather, is attached to the group gets generated and sent automatically. So the practical application of that is once I share the link, my job is done. The people I've shared it to fill out the form, and then the form is transmitted automatically to Mailbox Power. Mailbox Power creates and sends whatever is attached to that link, right? It is an awesome, awesome feature. So I'm going to give you a quick just orientation within the system. When you first log in, this is the page you're taken to. These are all the different categories of our personalizable cards and gifts and food. And we have these amazing laser engraved gifts. There are spectacular closing gifts in here. We have amazing premium packaging. We just launched maybe 6 weeks ago or something. And the limited edition section is fun. It's where we test our new products, and all of our seasonal items are in here. This is our training calendar. 2 things to note. The yellow dots show upcoming training. So you can see right here, 10 a.m. Pacific time, system overview. That's what we're on right now. So if you ever want to know what the trainings, we have tons of trainings you can plug into. You can just come to this calendar right here. And then the red dots show upcoming birthdays. So my friend Janice, oh gosh, that's so funny. I was just thinking about her yesterday. Her birthday is tomorrow. And what's awesome is the system a week ago generated a card, because at some point she joined my birthday club. The system generated the card. She'll get it today or tomorrow. She'll feel amazing. I'll look like a rock star, and it was all done by the system. It's really cool. Our pro membership includes 50 free 5x7 plain envelope greeting cards. They are use it or lose it. They don't roll over. They are part of your membership. So when you're new or like sort of recalibrating how you're going to approach the system, a great way to start is to think, who are the 50 people I would like to be in touch with the most? Who are my top 50? Can be people who are already in your center of influence. It can be aspirational people. It can be past clients. It can be people you're working with currently. And just start with those 50 people. The cards are included, and so you might as well be sending them out. And this tells you how many you have left and then when the renewal date is. If you want to start a new project, you do that here. Your saved projects you can access here. The gift shop is where we keep our non-branded, non-customized items. Address book you access right here or from the drop-down menu, and then the campaign builder, same thing, right here or right here. Two other things I'll show you really quick from the homepage. We have a YouTube channel, many YouTube channels, many Facebook groups, many trainings. We have lots of places you can plug in to get your questions answered. But if you need the answer immediately, this is how you access customer service. They're fantastic. They are real people manning the chat. They're really helpful, very friendly, very knowledgeable. If they don't already have the answer, they know where to get the answers. So this is a great resource to know about. And the other thing is this little gear icon up here in the right-hand corner. The 2 things I like to point out is if you want to access your profile, so if you ever need to update your return address, your cell phone, your email, any of that information, you just come in here and change it. It's really easy. And then if you ever need to access your order history, you just click on My Orders. And you can see I'm a pretty heavy user of the system, so I have like all these, and just to keep track, what's cool is it shows me the status of the order, the cost, the date it was generated, and then we'll just see this one. I think if I click on the order number, it's going to pull up this little window and it shows me, nice. So this is my half birthday card and brownies this year. That's to whom it's going, the cost, and then if I once it's shipped, then the tracking link to the post office will show up here, so I can track the package, which is pretty cool. If I want an individual receipt, I just click print receipt. Or if I want to get the whole thing as an Excel or CSV file, I just scroll to the bottom and there's a button that says Excel or CSV, and it downloads it, which is great for taxes and expense reports and stuff like that. So everything that's kind of like just a general orientation of the system. Now I'm going to show you I believe I've been on vacation for 2 weeks, so I'm like kind of pulling it all together, right? I believe that the core technology that we have at Mailbox Power is how to send is a group in the address book linked to a campaign. So I created a group called September 20th Overview. I've linked it to my overview group campaign. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the group, I'm going to show you the campaign, and then I'm going to share the link, and we'll make sure that you guys get what is in that campaign. So let me find the right page to go to. So whenever I'm dealing with campaigns, I like to organize it around who am I going to send it to, what am I going to send, and when am I going to send it? So who, what, and when. It just keeps it organized in my head. And so the first question, who am I going to send it to? I'm going to send it to the people on the overview today, right? So I created this group. I called it A1 September 20th Overview. I just put A1 so it shows up at the top because I have a lot of groups. I don't want to have to dig through all of them. So, and you can see right now there's nobody in here. But if I click on the link, it's going to go into the group, and there's going to be this pink bar right here that says adding to this group will auto trigger orders for the active campaigns overview campaign, which means when I add somebody, it's going to send out that campaign. So what's in the campaign? If I click that, here's the overview campaign. And again, don't get caught up in the details. I'm going pretty quickly, but just imagine like how powerful this could be in your business, right? So this is this campaign I'm going to send out, and it includes this card. Yo, I'm from Philly originally, so that's my Philly coming out. Yo, there's that merge field. You make a difference. On the inside is a funny picture and a sweet message, and also it includes these brownies, and it says you make a difference made especially for bracket bracket first name bracket bracket last name. So again, you could send 500 of these out to all of your clients, and they would all be personalized to each of those clients using these merge fields. It's really, really cool. So this is the campaign I'm going to be sending. And really what it means is because the group is attached to the campaign and it's already active, my job is just to put people in the group, right? There are 3 ways I can do it. If I wanted to just manually add their information, I could just click add new contact. If they're already in my address book, I would just click modify group members. But I want to show you this I need your mailbox technology. So I come here, I copy this link address. I'm going to come down here and put it in the chat. And now it's your big moment. Carol and Renita, go ahead and fill that out. I'm going to tell you a couple other things while you're working on that. When you're scheduling, when you're sort of figuring out the schedule of when you want to send stuff out, we guarantee that your shipments will leave the warehouse no later than the end of the next business day. It's often much sooner, but just when you're calculating delivery times and stuff, that's a helpful rule of thumb to know about. The other thing that's awesome about Mailbox Power is we will never co-brand Mailbox Power on anything you send. So you're never going to see our name or logo on the back of a card, on a box, on a food item, on anything. It is only for us about you looking amazing to your clients. We're never going to piggyback on your marketing dollars. And that I think is a huge, huge feature of Mailbox Power because it means that you're never going to have to explain who we are. You're only going to look amazing to your clients. The other thing that I like to mention right now too is that our system is pay as you go. So when you have a campaign that's built for 2.5 years or 5 years or 15 years or whatever it is, you're not paying for anything until it leaves the warehouse, which means if for some reason you wanted to remove somebody from a campaign because, you know, whatever the reason would be, you haven't prepaid for anything. You only pay for stuff once it leaves the warehouse. So another awesome feature of our system. Take a little drink. This is always the in the entertainment world we call this a vamp, while waiting for the set change or the lighting change or the costume change or people to fill out the form. Perfect. Okay, so I just got a text and it says, "Hey Rusty, this is Mailbox Power. Just wanted to let you know that Renita Scroggins just filled out your address book link and was added to the A1 September 20th overview group." And Carol, I know you're working on filling out the form, so just keep working on that. And now let me show you. So nobody in here. I share the link. Renita does the work for me, and boom, there you both are. Perfect. And because it's attached to this group, this campaign rather, the system will see 2 new people. It'll automatically generate that card and brownies and send it out. What's awesome about, there are so many things that are awesome about that, but what's great is if you wanted to send an email out to every client you've ever sold a house to, and send them a thank you card or a holiday card or a birthday card or whatever, like you can, what's cool is you can have an unlimited number of groups. You can have an unlimited number of campaigns. You can have multiple groups attached to one campaign. So you could have best clients, mediocre clients, worst clients, and attach those 3 groups to a holiday card. You can have multiple or as many campaigns as you want too. And so you could attach best clients to a happy birthday card, a just listed card. Every house that you list, you could create a campaign for. It's a very flexible, very robust, and easy to use system. I also recognize there are times that you just want to send a card. You don't want to have to go through all the rigmarole of all this, right? So for that, we have this design store, which is awesome. So you just come in here from the main menu, you just go down to the design store, and it works just like Amazon. So you just find a design you like. We have designers always adding new stuff, which is great. Mine is organized by newest, so I can just come right in here and see what new stuff they've added. It's very cool. If I want to filter by specific products, I can do that over here on the left, or by specific occasions, I can do that up here. I'm going to filter by free collections because there's a specific card that I like to send, and I'm going to increase the display here. And what's cool is, let's see, where is the, it's funny, every time it moves a little bit further down because they're always adding new stuff. So welcome to Mailbox Power. Now, so I find a design I like. Now, this happens to be one of our free design licenses. Our design licenses range anywhere from free to a couple $100. Most of them, and by most I mean like 98% of them, are going to be somewhere between 99 cents and $20. And this to me is the best deal on the internet, and here's why. If I hadn't already purchased this, this button would be green. I would just click on that and authorize my mailer meter. And as soon as I do that, it gives me the right, it's a one-time fee, and it gives me the right to use this design on all these products for the life of my account as many times as I want, right? The reason that that is so powerful is it means I don't need to come up with a concept. I don't need to come up with a design. I don't need to come up with a color scheme. I don't need to worry about layout. I don't need to worry about language. I don't need to worry about what packages I'm going to, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to worry about any of it. I click the button and I hit the ground running. If I want to see what the design is, I just click on the little thumbnail. It pulls it up here. I will show you, let's say I wanted to change the language or change the photo or something. I just click Edit Design. It's really easy. It's going to take me into the editing software. And this is another thing, like if you are somebody who is super creative, you can come in here, you can work in our system. You can work in another system in Photoshop or Illustrator or Canva or whatever you want. As long as you can save it as a JPEG or a PNG file, you can upload it really easily. But what's cool about our system is we sync directly with Facebook, Instagram, and Google Photos, which means I don't need to worry about where did I save it and what did I call it and what's the name of that and blah, 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 right? It just goes, this is my live Facebook account right here, right? So I just come in, find a picture I like this, you know, it's just me being silly on a trip a few years ago, and then it's drag and drop. So it's a really easy system to use. I'm not going to save that. It's a really easy system to use. So I found a design I like. I add it to the cart. I paused dramatically. There we go. I select recipients. What's cool too is the most recently added people to your address book are right at the top. So there's Carol, there's Renita. Awesome. Check out. If I know that you're at out of town, or I want to send it at a different date, or I want to, you know, give it a couple days and then send it, I could do that. I'll show you how as soon as my internet cooperates. Awesome. Yeah, so if I wanted to schedule it for later, I do that here. If I want to estimate when it'll arrive, I just click on that map and it's going to, you know, I can, here's the day thing over here, really easy. But we're just going to go ahead and send it out right away. And easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So a little bit of chatter on my part, but really all I did was select design, add to cart, select recipient, check out. If they're in your address book, you can have it done in under a minute. Just depends how long it takes you to decide what you want to send to them. If they're not in your address book, you can just share an I need your mailbox link with them, and you're going to get a text as soon as they've filled it out. Then you just go in and select the name right at the top. It's really, really easy. So everything I've been talking about so far is about past clients or people who are kind of already in your circle. I want to show you now the build a mailing list feature because it is awesome and it's all about new business. So within the address book, you just click right here, build a mailing list. Now I'm going to do this from the perspective of a realtor because That's what I do. It's what Renita does. But I'll show you a couple other features of the system that are really helpful. And this is beneficial for any kind of business, any kind of industry. Oh, come on. I know it's Monday, my internet, poor thing. Okay, so we're going to look for individuals, but if I wanted to prospect businesses, if businesses is where my bread and butter lies, I would just select businesses. I choose the geography. I can either do the whole US or a specific address or city or whatever I want. And then under demography, we do use SIC codes. So that can be a very powerful way to find very specific types of businesses. You can also filter by all these different options. So if you only wanted to talk to the executives, or you only wanted to talk to women-owned businesses, or you only wanted to talk to businesses that have certain sales or years in business, you can get very, very specific and granular about who you're reaching out to. We're going to look, though, for individuals, and then under geography, I'm going to use my home address, 19729 Kling Street, Valley Village, California, 91607. Now, within the default radius is 2 miles, and you'll see within 2 miles of my house, there's something like 34,694 records. That is too many people. Full stop. But it's too many people for me to prospect to, for sure. I could do like a bus bench or a billboard or something like that, but I want to get much, much, much more specific and find those people who I think will buy what I'm selling. So let's say I wanted to send a why rent when you can buy postcard, right? I have a client in Florida who has used this and made a ton of money doing it this way. So we're going to start with, I only want to talk to people living in single family houses. I want them to have been living there for 2 years or more. I want them making $75,000 a year or more, because I want to make sure they can afford a house, and then at least in LA. And then I only want to talk to renters. And this is like the first pass, and it's going to take it down to, it's like 334 people. So already we've gone from 34,000 down to 334. I don't know how else you could do that. So this list in and of itself is super powerful. But wait, there's more. Under personal details, if I wanted to only market to men or women or single or married or different specific ages, you can filter by religion and ethnicity and occupation and hobbies and political affiliation. And you can get very, very specific under personal interest. Different charities that people donate to, whether they're pet owners or not. But the one where I get really excited is under other. If I come down here to estimated credit rating, so we'll say 650 or higher. It's not a moral judgment, but like y'all know that if somebody has a 450 or 500 credit score, they're going to have a hard time getting a mortgage, which means they're going to have a hard time buying a house. Is it possible? Sure. Is it likely? Less so, right? And so I don't necessarily want to spend my marketing dollars communicating to people who can't buy what I'm selling, right? So it goes from 334 down to 293. So we started 34,000. We ended up with 293 people. The system finds them. It's really powerful. If I want to purchase this entire list, it's $27.69. Again, that's a one-time fee, and it's less than 10 cents per lead. I do not know anywhere else where you can get this level of information, the specificity and information for that price. It's crazy. Now all you have to do is click buy list, and I've bought this list many times. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'll show you what it looks like. It can take up to 24 hours for it to show up in your address book. It's often much, 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 much faster than that, but just as a heads up, it can take a full day. And so if you buy a list of individuals, you're going to get their first name, their last name, and then their complete address. And if you buy a list of businesses, you will get all of that information, and then any of this information that's publicly available, if a phone number or an email or something like that is available, then you would get that as well. So here's the individuals, first name, last name, address. Easy peasy. And what's cool about that is once you buy the list, you own the list. You're not renting it, borrowing it, leasing it from us. You buy it, you own it. You can do with it whatever you want. If you want to take the list and door knock, and you're allowed to do that in your area, you can do that. If you want to use it for geo-targeting, for digital advertising, you can do that. If you want to roll it up and throw it in the garbage, you can do that. But the point is, you buy it, you own it. And the very last thing that I will show you Da-da-da, is we have a little app. It's not a little app. We have an app. Um, and let me go ahead and share my screen. This will just take like 1 minute. Oh, I have to install a plugin. Always waiting on the plugins. What's cool about the app is it allows me to take care of things on the fly, so I don't need to do one more thing when I get back to my desk, right? So, oh, I have to go on the Wi-Fi. Hold on. Pulling it all together. Uh, there we go. Apple phone, PC, computer, they often like each other. Sometimes they don't. Oh, today they do. Awesome. So when I go ahead and just log into the app, it looks at my face, which is awesome and creepy all at the same time. It when you log into the app, it goes right into, I'm going to do this too. Goes right into the address book. So this is my address book. These are all businesses. That's why there's no first name, last name there. And then the three little dashes in the upper left-hand corner, that's how you access the menu. If I want to add a new contact, I just click New Contact. And it works just like the desktop site. So I can manually input their information, or I can copy this link. And you'll see INYMB, I need your mailbox.com/go-giver. Same thing. It's now, I can now text it, email it, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, anyway. I can send a message. I can share that link. If I want to add somebody to a group, I just click on group. If I want to add them directly into a campaign, I click on campaign. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? And then birthday 2021, if I want to add somebody to my birthday campaign, that's the card that goes out 7 days beforehand. That's the card in brownies that goes out 6 months opposite. And then all I do is click add or remove contacts. Goes into my address book, and then I just find the person, and I select the name, and click done. Brielle's already in there, so I'm not going to add her right now. So really easy to add people from the phone. If I wanted to access the full desktop version, I can do that. And then here's a list of all the upcoming birthdays in my system. And the little gear icon in the bottom left-hand corner, if I click on that, just like the gear icon in the desktop site. So I can update my return address, my cell phone, any of that information. We also have a light mode for the app. If you prefer that, I like dark mode. It's a little bit easier on my eyes. So that's just a quick overview of our app. And with that, I'm done.
Okay.
Questions?
Yeah, I didn't. Okay, I didn't realize we even had an app, and I'm trying to get it on my phone. I don't see it.
So it is what is called a progressive web app, which means, what kind of phone do you have?
iPhone.
You have to go to Safari, the Safari browser. So you go to the native browser on your phone.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay.
And if you go to mailboxpower.com and just use your, I think that's what it is. Use your login credentials. What's nice about it being a progressive web app is it means that the desktop and the app are always synced.
Okay.
So once you're there, if let me do this with you just because I need Helen. Helen is our one of our customer service people, and she's in the deal. She's like OG Mailbox Power, and she's awesome. So once you're at the Mailbox Power site, if you go to the bottom, there's the little square with the arrow up.
Mm-hmm.
If you click on that and then there's a button that says add to home screen. You click on that and it will add Mailbox Power to the home screen, and then that's.
So do I have to do that add to home screen after I've logged in?
I don't think it matters.
Okay. Well, I see. Okay, on my side, what I see is. Wait a minute. I see install app. And there's an install up. Tap the up arrow. Okay.
Yeah, mine has been around for I will say one of the things that's awesome about the team at Mailbox Power is they are always
Oh,
updating.
I see it on there.
Perfect. Um,
Wow.
so they're
Look,
wicked
that was
smart.
worth me coming right. I didn't have no idea.
Yeah, it's cool. I will also, little pro tip. The app is not great for creating stuff. It's better to create stuff on the desktop site and then just access it through the app. Do you have any other questions?
Um, okay, as a realtor, what do you give as a closing gift? Or do you have
What I
something
mean.
like that there that day, or do you like just start your campaign after it closes, or what?
So I do both.
Okay.
And I'll show you what I send. We do not have, I know that in a lot of states there's an actual closing where the buyer and seller meet and they sign the papers and blah, blah, blah. We don't do that in California. Um, so often I don't see my clients immediately when the deal closes. Sometimes I do, sometimes it just depends on the situation. But what I like to send is, I'll go from the home page. Our laser engraved gifts are amazing, and I'll tell you, I sell the least expensive house I've ever sold was $189,000. It was about 15 years ago, but my average sales price is like $2 million. It's like about $1,850,000.
All right.
And well, she's very fancy over here. No, it's just like the price point in LA, and I've sold over $10 million, like really big houses too. So the only reason that I bring that up is to say that I would happily send anything in our catalog, almost anything in our catalog, to any one of my clients.
Mm-hmm.
So all of these are really, really high quality. What I like to do, depending on the client, um, I love the barbecue tool set. So, like, I sold a
Mm-hmm.
house about a year ago, and it was really important to my clients that they have an outdoor, they wanted a pool and they wanted an outdoor entertaining area. And the house that they bought had a built in, like one of those massive built in barbecues. So,
Mm-hmm.
I sent this, I put the address of the house engraved on the box. I sent the cheese board, which it's tough. I mean, I guess the wine bottle gives you some perspective. This is a really high quality, super cool charcuterie board. So I sent that, and they happen to be big wine people. So I sent a wine box again with the address on it, and I think I sent them 4 tumblers. I think. I know it was a pretty big house, and so it was worth me spending a couple $100 to say thanks.
Right.
Um, and then I also added them to the ultimate real estate closing gift. And I've adjusted that a little bit. I'm not a big fan of gift cards, partly because
They
I don't
spend
know.
them and it's gone. And
Yeah, exactly. There's no and there's no way to personalize them. So I went in and changed mine and built a little bit more custom system, but everybody gets added to that as well. And they're on my birthday campaign, so all my clients get a birthday card and a half birthday card and brownies, and they
so
all get a
you send
holiday card.
brownies with both the birthday card and the half birthday.
No, I send a birthday card, and then for the half birthday I send the card and brownies because
Oh,
I figure like on the birthday, everybody is on Facebook, right? And everybody gets a card. I mean, some people get a card. Nobody does half birthdays though.
right.
And so that's why I spend the money on the half birthday, because then people are, oh my gosh, this is amazing. How did you do this, right? It's super cool. I also, all of those people, all my past clients are, anytime I list something, they get all of the traditional, just listed, just sold, all of that marketing as well. And it take like full disclosure, it takes a little bit of time, just being in the system to kind of figure out the workflow. But as soon as you do, I mean, and by a little bit of time, I mean, an hour, maybe. It's not like 2 months. Once you do though, it's like, oh my gosh, I could use this for, um, like you could use the build a mailing list feature to find, let's say you wanted to prospect a specific neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
or specific property values, or you can do only, you'll see as you play around with it, you can look for people who have a loan to value ratio of 10% or lower. So you're only talking to people who most likely already own their house, people who have lived in their house for 25 years. Hey, is it time to downsize? Hey, do you want to roll into a 1031 exchange? You can do owner occupied, non-owner occupied. Like, you can get so specific. Once
Mm-hmm.
you have that list, you could, you just attach that group to whatever it is you want to send out. And I mean, all the stuff that I know I was supposed to be doing my entire career, Mailbox Power makes it super easy for me
Mm-hmm.
to now just implement it. I feel like Hair Club for
Okay.
Men, because wasn't that the guy who was like, I like the product so much that now I own the company or whatever? Like, I feel like that guy because it, I just got tired of losing business because I couldn't figure out how to stay in touch with people, you know?
Right.
So.
Do you do the for sale by owners as well?
I do. I have, full disclosure, I have not had very good luck with that. We don't have a lot of for sale by owners in LA County.
Mm.
Last time I looked on Zillow, we had 67 in all of LA County, 10 million people, 67 for sale
Mm.
by owners. It's not a market that I have pursued very vigorously. I do a lot of expired marketing, and I've had a great deal of success with that.
Really?
Um, yeah. And I
Do
have
you use the campaigns that are in there, or do you have some customized?
I have customized campaigns. I have it's a letter and a card series, and I'm uh, building it out so that it will be available in the. Um, I'm writing a so um, just between us. I've written a book that is going to be for sale in the system because we have a couple books for sale as well, and as part of it, it's going to be like, it's basically, how do I use, as a realtor, how do I use Mailbox Power? And there's a section on open houses, there's a section on for sale by owners, there's a section on expireds, there's a section on sphere of influence, um, and each one of them will have uh, everything that I use available in the design store.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's another thing that we have that I haven't even mentioned is we have a document center. So, if you want to send single or double set, like if you do a newsletter, you want to do a quarterly letter update or a market update, or anything like that, it's so easy. You can send single and double sided Word documents.
Mm-hmm.
Um, where is it? I should I should know this better. Um, oh, right here, Document Center. And so these are all the. So I do a notice of default. I just built a notice of default campaign. They get eight letters and 8 cards over 16 weeks. Um, and then this must be, what is this? Oh yeah, it's a 10-week expired series. And what's cool is I can prospect a huge number of people using the document center in a way that would, I used to do it by hand, and it just was a lot to manage because, if I'm adding 20 people and each one has 10 touches, and so then I print out 200 letters and I hand sign 200 letters and I
Mm-hmm.
hand fold and hand add Mailbox Power, I just like add the information and I'm done.
Okay, that's good.
You're being awful quiet, Carol. Oh, you're muted. That's why.
Unmute yourself, Carol.
Wait, you're still muted. Let's see if that'll help.
Can you hear me?
Ah, there you
Yes,
are.
now we
So,
can.
yeah.
Okay. No, I said I used to be a human resource manager, so I was thinking how this sort of system would be so helpful for employees too, if you had a big organization and trying to keep up with all your employees. And this sort of automated system, and as you say, customized automated system is very it could be very powerful for a lot of different things.
It's amazing in the HR field. It's amazing for employee onboarding.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that in that industry there's a more specific term, but like employee appreciation.
Recognition for various things,
Mm-hmm.
anniversary date follow-up, service awards, all kind of things. And
Yeah.
Irma actually sent my grandkids the brownies a few weeks ago. My daughter had a baby,
Oh,
and
congratulations.
so Irma sent the other two, my other two grandkids, congratulatory brownies and things. And I mean, she's the queen of recognition types of
Mm-hmm.
things. And she just did a wonderful card for another one of our mutual friends, because she and her husband spent the night at their house. And so she did a follow-up card. And I mean, she's really great with stuff like this.
And the secret is, like, Irma's awesome, but the secret is it's the system. It's not her.
Yeah.
She's not special.
Yeah,
No,
well, I won't tell her you said that.
no, she's amazing, right? But
she is. She likes to be the center of attention, but
Yes.
she's the sweetest human being.
Yeah, it's cool too. It just reminded me. I mean, we have within the document center, you can also do certificates. So you were talking about recognition, and little kids music stuff or sports stuff. Or,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
like that. We just have added a puzzle to our gift catalog. So it's a 12-piece puzzle and it's customizable.
Yeah.
So they print it, then cut the puzzle, and then send it out. People put it together, and it can be a fun thing for kids, or like a fun little sales tool. Like, do you need help figuring out this market? Let me help you unpuzzle it. I don't know.
Well, it's great, and I'll tell my husband about it, because he's involved with the hospital field. He's involved with a consulting company that works with saving hospitals money on their IT expenses. So they have, hospitals countrywide that they work with, and they're always following up with partnerships and different people. Plus, trying to keep their own employee team, their own the groups of consultants that they work with, following up with them and doing special tributes and monthly things to keep them on board and happy, and particularly doing all the things online these days. So
yeah, it's a
but
really.
I'll let him know about it.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, I have a guy on my team who he manages a sales team of 12 people, and they had probably a rough year last year, as a lot of people did, and he has been using the system as a way to say thank you. Thanks for toughing it out. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being on the team. We value you. You bring a lot to the table, even though the numbers are down, and thankfully things are turning around. So that's awesome. But cool. Do you have any other questions, or?
No, it seems like it's pretty user friendly from everything I can see, and I'm doing it on my phone. So I'd sort of forgot that I had told Irma I would do it, and all of a sudden it was like 12:55, and I realized I've got to get. And I hadn't used my laptop today, so I hadn't warmed it up or anything. So I just pulled it up on my phone. So I'm working with this little bitty screen.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you made it.
But I would definitely tell some folks about it, because, I can see a lot of different applications for it. And I'm glad that Irma let me know about it, because she used to do send out cards. I mean, I don't know if that was what you used before, but.
Well, I tried a long time ago, and it was too time consuming, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So I think she found this to be much better from what I understand. And
it's really cool.
that's
And
why
if
she wanted to let
you,
us know about it.
I'll also mention, because you said that you were gonna share it with a couple of people. We do have an affiliate program, and so what a lot of people do is their plan is to share it with enough people that the affiliate part of it pays for their marketing budget. So that's how I have mine set up. So all of my real estate marketing is free.
That's great. That's excellent.
Yeah, super.
Well,
cool.
yeah, we have a friend that is an artist who is just setting up a website to market her work. And, she had Sunny, who's a mutual friend of mine and Irma's, met her the other day. And, because we do a lot of networking with people. And so something like this could be very helpful for her with her art.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
and there
I'm
could be
thinking
an
she's another
opportunity
person.
if she's design oriented to
Yes.
be a designer within the system as well. Because like our designers are using the system in whatever their other business is, and then they're also providing designs, and they're compensated for that.
Great. Wonderful.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it and enjoyed hearing about both of your businesses in real estate. Awesome. I actually dabbled in it years ago, but ended up back into HR and also outplacement consulting work over the years. And
when I was new in real estate, I did a tax seminar, and the guy was kind of making a joke at the beginning. And he said, I had the strangest thing happen to me. I went to the bank to cash a check, and the teller asked to see my real estate license. And I said, don't you mean my driver's license? And the teller said, well, not everybody in California has a driver's license. Right? And so I feel like real estate is one of those things that everybody at some point, tries maybe a little, and then it's just the weirdos like me. And I don't want to say you're a weirdo, Renita, but it is a unique business for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a great business. And
no, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Wait, you're muted, Renita.
How long have you been in the business?
Since '99.
Okay, you got me beat. I'm 2001.
Oh no, yeah. I mean that's what the deal is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, one last question, I think. So, do you do all of your mailings through Mailbox Power, whether it's a card? So, even like you were saying with your letters, or because like one thing you mentioned, I was about to start doing some market updates, like postcards, just with a little blurb of information, and so I can create that and then send it out through Mailbox Power.
Yeah, and what's cool is with the pro membership, if you wanted to do the 4x6 postcards are they're small. They're 4x6, right? So depending on what you're sending out, exactly. Those are free and it's unlimited. So if you wanted to send 10,000 of those, you pay for postage, obviously. But what's cool too is we don't upcharge postage or do any. We just whatever the post office charges, it just passes right through. But yeah, you can upload and because I was one of the people who was helping when they were figuring out pricing for things, they designed it specifically to make it less expensive to send postcards through Mailbox Power than pretty much any other mailing house out there. And so when you look at that combined with the customization, like if you put on the market update, hi Renita, hi Carol, hi Rusty, hi whatever on the front, I did it to prove that it wouldn't make a difference. because my friend who was like, you have to do this. It's important. It's a big thing. I was like, whatever. Like, nobody cares. Because I'm bitter and jaded, so I just assume everybody's bitter and jaded. And huge difference. Huge difference. So when you add that to the fact that they're free, or even the bigger ones, I don't think I have any around handy, but they're only 19 cents. It's totally worth it. But yes, I do all of my mailing with Mailbox Power.
Okay. And when you do your just listed and just sold, do you do the larger or the smaller ones?
Yeah, I do. Here we go. So I do this size. This was just a place I sold, and you can see I always send myself a test, just obviously. And so it's not massive. It just says, "Hi, Rusty." There's another one. It says, "Hi, Rusty." And then on the back, just 2 photos. It's funny. This is the house that there's the barbecue, and the reason that I sent them the barbecue.
Okay.
They're big football people, so they have like a TV screen, and they do like Sunday football by the pool, and then a barbecue and stuff. And that's like the little side yard and the description of the property. So it's pretty basic. And now that the template exists, it's really easy to just go in and drag and drop and switch out the photos. And
and you send those like to the close by the house that you sold, and to your database?
I only send to my database.
I got
you. So I have. What company are you with?
Remax.
Okay. Have you ever read The Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller?
I have read some of it. I haven't read the whole. I have it.
Okay. Yeah. So and it's like a reference more than, it's tough to read beginning to end. I know. Yeah, especially like when he starts talking about the numbers and the budgets, it's like, oh my gosh. But the breakdown of people, how he has in the sphere of influence, your closest group, and then it's basically like 3 groups of people, right? So the basic structure is everybody in the world falls into your haven't mets and your mets, and your haven't mets. You do a 12 by 12, which is, just mail them something once a month, every month. And then the people you've met, you should be in touch with them 33 times a year. And so I have my group broken down into group A, B, and C. A is my closest clients, B is my next closest, C is my like everybody else. And those are the people who I focus on mostly because they've worked with me in the past. They know me. It's a warm market,
That's good. Yeah. And that's, I've talked to Steve Angeline about that. And I think that's kind of what he does more than, like he was saying, how he stays in touch with his clients once a month.
Yeah. And he's the one, like he has had great success with for sale by owners. And, he has a great for sale by owner program. And
yeah, I'm following his plan.
Smart. You will do well. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you both for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Very, very enjoyable.
If you have any other
questions. I'm so excited. I got this app set up now.
Woohoo!
I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even know we had that.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, if you have any other questions, you're welcome to reach out to customer service, the people who told you about it, Irma or Steve or me or whoever. And I think that's it.
Well, have a wonderful day. Nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
See you guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.